Moviepage is my name is Michael, and this is the X-Men Apocalypse review. I'm going to mention maybe a little spoiler or two, but I won't go into it now. But I just got back from the theater, and I also just picked up some dinner, so I'm going to sit back, relax, and enjoy it the rest of the night. I hope everybody's having a safe holiday weekend. I am. I'm in shorts and sandals all weekend, so that's my attitude. First of all, I want to say thanks to Cindy Pruitt and Mike Phillips for doing a bang-up job being admins again. So there's that. And with further ado, here's the review of X-Men Apocalypse. 5,000 years ago, there was a mutant who was worshipped as a god. His name was M. Nibrar Sur, or I'm totally tongue-tied on his name. It's Apocalypse. And prior to this, he was dying. So what he did was he transferred his consciousness and mind, into a younger body who happened to be played by Oscar Isaacs. While this is happening, a group of separatists decided to seal him in his pyramid forever. That way, he wouldn't happen. While this is happening, his 4 horsemen of mutants were trying to protect him. And even though that they all failed miserably before they were able to kill Apocalypse, he was able to survive. However, one of the mutants who was protecting him was killed, and he was in a cocoon of energy away from boulders, so he had slept there for 5,000 years. And then, of course, cut to 1983, we are now in their time. Magneto is living a peaceful life in Poland. He's living in seclusion with a family. Mystique is on the run, rescuing mutants left and right. And Charles has the school up and running with Hank, or Beast, and Havoc, Alex Summers, helping as teachers. While this is happening, they recruit Alex's little brother, Scott Summers, Cyclops, who just recently gained his powers, to the school. While this is happening, they're also introduced to a young mutant named Jean Grey. While tragedy strikes Magneto, he is basically now officially angry and enraged and become disillusioned. He wants blood. And while this is happening, a group of cultists worshipping Apocalypse resurrect him thanks to the sun and digging him up out of Cairo, Egypt, where he was buried. And Moira McTaggart was there and now has the information, who later on meets with Charles and Havoc to find out what he is. The original mutant who's alive for over 5,000 years ago, and he has 4 horsemen of his Apocalypse. The 4 horsemen in this one contained Archangel, a young Storm, Psylocke, and he ends up recruiting Magneto, saying, "I could use your help, Eric, please." Basically sweet-talking him after he's lost his family. And then after that, their first war is to go to war with the X-Men and kidnap Charles, who's the reason he wants him, because he's the most powerful psychic of all. So now with Charles kidnapped, Mystique must take in charge of the X-Men and help them and stop Apocalypse. One of the things I want to get off my chest is a couple things. First of all, I did not like Jennifer Lawrence in this movie. I just felt like she was rushing through her lines. She didn't want to be there. Basically, she became the Marshawn Lynch of the movie. You know why I'm here. I don't want to get fined. It's with her. It's just, I'm here. I'm under contract. I got to do this movie. Let's just do the speech and let's get the hell out of here. That was her attitude. And the fact that she wants more money, it's just like, here's an idea, honey. Do what Robert Downey Jr. and Hugh Jackman and all the other actors who play superheroes do. Do their lines and don't rush through them, all right? Don't fuck off to do whatever kind of lame David O. Russell movie you want to do. If you're going to be here, be here. If not, here's the door. Get the fuck out and don't come back ever. And Fox isn't going to pay you that amount of money. Hell, they told Will Smith hell no for $40 million for Independence Day too, so they're not going to budge for you, honey. Also, Bryan Singer did a fantastic job. He always goes from how he's been changing the stories and everything from the 70s to the 80s. He does a fantastic job. I would give him credit for the 60s, but that was Matthew Vaughn's movie. It wasn't his, but still, he helped produce, so in a sense, he knows more about it. So there's that. Fassbender and McAvoy were fantastic, as always, and Fassbender actually gets rid of this for the old Chrome Dome, and Magneto actually looked like the Magneto of the video games, the 90s cartoon, and the comic books, like the strong, tough Magneto I always knew him as, not Ian McKellen. Nothing against Ian McKellen. We love him. It's just that, he's not a spring chicken, so it's not like, you could just see him all, jacked up in armor lifting things. So I always took his Magneto with a grain of salt. But nothing bad about him. I always loved him, but to me, it just wasn't the Magneto I was used to. And now this one, the full-on Apocalypse armor Magneto, Fassbender, does a fantastic job. All the other actors did their thing. Quicksilver steals the show, of course. And then finally, now here's where we get into the spoiler. Yes, Hugh Jackman is in this, and yes, he does play Wolverine, but he plays a Weapon X version of Wolverine. He doesn't play Logan. He plays more of a feral animal, because there's a joke in the movie where they say, is that an animal? No, it's a man. And you don't see him until he gets out of his cage, and then he ends up going nuts. So, he has no dialogue, just him grunting and yelling in the claws. But finally, when he does, thanks to Cyclops, Jean Grey, and Nightcrawler, he's able to escape Alkali Lake. So there's that. So I don't know, so that was like the only major spoiler I wanted to say. I'm not going to give away about the ending and certain things. And by the way, there is a hidden ending credit sequence at the end of the movie. A little mini moment, just like on the last one they showed Apocalypse. This one, I don't want to give that away too, because I'm still confused. Like, what does this mean? So there's that. So that's my review on X-Men. So I hope you guys have a good time, and maybe next week I can do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. If not, I'll try and do Independence Day. Thanks.